What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the BenchWire podcast. If you guys enjoyed this podcast, please consider subscribing. It's free, and it'll help us get discovered. So without further ado, let's get right into Week 11. Titans, they took down the Packers on Thursday Night Football, 27-17. From what I remember, Traylon Burks had a pretty good game. I know he went over 100. Kind of stat-padded at the end. I believe he had like a contested catch over Jair Alexander.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice to see Traylon Burks make an impact. I feel like the Titans are one of those teams where we didn't really know what they're like when Derrick Henry isn't doing Derrick Henry things. So it was kind of nice to see them be able to kind of get a passing game with Traylon Burks and Robert Woods going.
Yeah, it was a good game. I thought it was a great win for the Titans, showing that, Derrick Henry can't do everything. And we got a good game out of Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
I believe, he could be a top 15 quarterback if, he's given opportunity, and he was in that game. And I think they're going to be a scary playoff team.
Yeah. Just a quick additional comment there. Packers, their defense, been underperforming. I know we did rankings between ourselves in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, they kind of
thought. Yeah, we thought the Packers were like top 5 with ease, but they're underperforming. I mean, they have too much talent to allow 30 points to a team that literally struggled to run the ball and didn't really have any receivers that you would be worried about. And that kind of just adds what the heck happened to Jair Alexander?
Yeah,
he used to be it used to be him and Ramsey.
It's just a down year. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, isn't he coming back from an injury this year? I believe last year was kind of injury prone-ish.
Yeah, I don't know what the injury was. I forget, but he was out for most of the season last year. I'm pretty sure.
I want to say it was like a lingering ankle issue. Probably something along the lines of what Mike Williams has going on right now, and we'll get to that. But yeah, moving to the next game. Fields continues to prove his doubters wrong. He's continuing to get better week by week. He was 14 of 21 for 153 yards. I think that's a 66% completion. And then obviously 18 carries for 85 yards. Still doing what he does with the run game. And then two touchdowns. So it's nice to see what Justin Fields has been able to do. I bet the Jets wish they had him right now.
Oh yeah.
With Zach Wilson, who just got benched today for Mike White, I believe.
Yep, Mike White is now the starting quarterback for the Jets.
We can get right into that then. Just again, going back to Justin Fields, he's been great. What do you think of him? Because I know you've kind of had some concerns.
Yeah, Justin Fields.
He's starting to buy you over a little bit.
I don't know. Now I don't think his type of game is going to be sustainable. Like right now, he did hurt his shoulder, and we don't know if he's going to even play this week. So I feel like if you're constantly running and you can't be like a pocket quarterback, I don't think that's sustainable, and it's going to lead to wins. But yeah, I think, he's helping the team. He's carrying them right now, but they don't have enough around him to win. And I don't feel like with his play style, they'll ever be good because it's the Bears. And I just haven't seen enough from him with his arm compared to his legs.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. I don't think it's sustainable. But you know what? You know who had the same issues? Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
He was running the ball in the beginning. Everyone said, well, he's not really showing us much passing-wise, but even in the beginning, I guess the only difference is Lamar in the beginning, he did have an offensive line. So it was more concerning with Lamar. It was is he going to start throwing soon? With Fields, I think we have to be a little bit slower with him. He needs to get an offensive line first. The question is really, are the Bears going to put him in a position to succeed?
And I don't think they will, because
that's fair.
Between Justin Fields and Lamar's in a great situation right now compared to Justin Fields. I don't think he'll ever be in that situation because I just think they're the dysfunctional franchise.
Yeah, and that's fair. But yeah, hoping for the best with Fields. We'll get to his injury towards the end of the podcast. But going right back, so Zach Wilson, really underperforming. I was relatively high on him. I still think he has the intangibles and everything to be a successful NFL quarterback, I think the biggest thing is maturity. Right now, maturity seems to be an issue. I think a lot of people could have seen that coming out of BYU as well. And I feel like for his benching, I don't think it's going to be permanent. I think it was just to make a statement. I think he'll be back next week. Because, listen, they're not ready to give up on him. I mean, you can't. The Jets are not going to go to the playoffs and win unless Zach Wilson starts becoming Zach Wilson. So, yeah. I mean, Mike White, he's not going to get you somewhere. You might argue Joe Flacco could get some games. I doubt they'll go that way, though.
Yeah, he has experience, but it's not. He'll be like a Nick Foles in that situation. Like, he has experience.
Exactly. I mean, right now,
possibly lead him all the way down.
Yeah, I think that right now they have to have Joe Flacco talking to Wilson, and I mean that's why they traded for him back from the Eagles.
Yeah,
it's because they knew that, you know what, he had a successful NFL career. He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Wilson, he needs to grow up, and he needs to grow up quickly. Or you know, I know it's only a second year, but I feel like the Jets are with the new GM. Or not new GM, obviously, but with their GM and Robert Saleh and all them, I don't think they're here to waste time.
Yeah, like they built a team around Zach Wilson. He's just the problem right now.
Yeah, I mean, they were averaging what? It was like 2.77 inches per play in the second half against the Patriots. Unacceptable.
Yeah, they had more punts than completions that game. They had 10 punts and he had 9 completions.
Yeah,
that was awful.
I do want to just quickly mention. You know, Wilson, again, yes, he's struggling. I think not a lot of the blame, let me retrace that. A lot of the blame goes towards Zach. But the biggest thing that I think that they need to start talking about is the offensive play caller. Is it LaFleur? Matt LaFleur or something like that?
Yeah.
He needs to start calling some plays that let the receivers make the play. I mean, it's like Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore even. Like, I feel like they're kind of making that play very soft, right? Just like if they're open, throw to him. It's not. I mean, Wilson has to obviously make sure that he throws the ball and gives them a chance to make a play, but you need play calls where it lets the receivers make a play.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we haven't seen them do, things that. I mean, even the Giants have had their receivers try to make plays.
Yeah.
So for them to have Elijah Moore, have Garrett Wilson and Corey Davis, obviously, you got to let them make some plays.
Yeah. Just got to air it out.
Yeah. And again, that's why I said a lot of the blame's on Wilson, though, because who knows? Maybe they have been doing that and Wilson just doesn't throw the ball. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to grow up and become more mature.
Yeah. I mean, the Jets defense, they're championship caliber. They're clicking all cylinders. The NFL, Zach Wilson would be doing the NFL a disservice by not helping the Jets continue this playoff push.
Yeah.
Because let's be real. Everyone wants to see the Jets in the playoffs. I mean, they haven't been there in a million years.
Yeah, it'll be a good story.
Exactly. So, all right. Jalen Hurts continues his MVP campaign. He pretty much put the team on his back. I obviously watched the game as an Eagles fan. It seems like a lot of the personal mistakes, penalties, they're all there. We had like a few drives that were just destroyed by, false starts and all that stuff. So it was not fun to watch. It was an ugly game, but you come away with the win and you move on. Win is a win. Jalen Hurts, he's special, dude. He's really special. I don't like Carson Wentz, right?
Awful.
Huh? No.
Carson Wentz awful.
I'm saying going back to his MVP year.
Okay.
He was electric. He made the right throws. He had the accuracy, all of that. I mean, I don't know how many Eagles fans want to agree with this, but I would almost argue that what we're seeing from Hurts might be better than what I saw from Carson. In terms of putting the team on his back. I think Carson made the most with what he had because, listen, Torrey Smith, he was all right. Nelson Aguilar, he was actually pretty good that year. Alshon Jeffrey, obviously, top 10 wide receiver in the league at that time. Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was a while ago, so like it's kind of hard. I remember seeing a playoff post from the NFL. It was like, who's the best receiver in the playoffs? It was like Alshon Jeffrey, T.Y. Hilton, like so many of those guys, and it was just kind of funny.
Flashback.
But I mean, Carson had a great team then, but like I know that it's hard to say that what Hurts is doing is better because of the weapons, right? But individual play and individual carrying, I think it's better. But I'm curious to see or to hear what you think about Hurts because you're a Giants fan. You don't watch too many Eagles games, and if you do, it's good to stop watching them.
Well, yeah, Hurts winning that game was something that was very special. Like what were they down? Like 13-3? Pretty sure. Yeah, so winning that game was pretty solid job by him. And I think, he's in that MVP conversation right now. And if he keeps playing like the way he is, there's a chance he could win it. He just has to watch out for Patrick Mahomes, who I think's slightly above him in the race right now. But, if the Chiefs like lose a game here and there, I think, Hurts can, take that spot. But
yeah,
the question with him and Hurts and Carson Wentz, I would say, I don't know. It's up for debate. I would say Carson Wentz had a better season that year just because, the talent around him wasn't as good as what Jalen Hurts has right now. But that's no knock on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and I was going to mention it's kind of an unfair question because like we haven't seen the full season for Hurts yet.
Yeah.
So like if Hurts finishes with like 1,000 rushing yards and like 3,000 something plus passing yards and 20 plus passing touchdowns, 10 plus rushing, like okay, yeah, he probably had a better season.
Yeah.
So, and just to say, he was 18 of 25, 190 yards, 16 carries, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, the passes that he had were beautiful. I can't remember a pass in that game that wasn't accurate or at least gave the receiver a chance to make a play.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that we should have beat the Colts by quite a bit because, again, we killed some of the drives where we were actually just going down the field.
These are the Jeff Saturday Colts, so watch out.
And then obviously you got to mention A.J. Brown fumbled. We were going right up the field.
I wasn't watching the game.
Yeah, A.J. Brown got the ball. I was trying to make something else with it. Only held it out with one hand, and obviously it fumbled. So
yeah, just got to protect that ball security.
Yeah, Sirianni got to make sure they, we're shooting ourselves in the foot right now. Like other teams, even the Commanders. Again, like I mentioned that before. Like it felt like they didn't really beat us. It felt like we beat ourselves. Yeah, and I feel like we've almost done that 2 weeks in a row now. So we got to rally the troops and get going again. But Chris Olave.
I
like him. I really liked him. I actually was surprised that he went to the Saints. I knew that the Saints wanted him. I thought he was going to go earlier because of how good he is. But he's making a strong case for Offensive Rookie of the Year. He had 5 receptions, 102 yards, 1 touchdown. His season stats are 51 receptions for 760 yards and 3 touchdowns, which, if you don't know, that pretty much screams deep threat.
That is literally deep threat, yep. Because some Deshaun Jackson type numbers.
Yeah, so, it's actually funny you say that because I don't want to say he reminds me of, like, because Deshaun Jackson obviously is, like, a different beast. The way that he was able to, like, track the ball and all that was insane.
Yeah.
But Chris Olave, if you have to give him some sort of comparison, I guess it would be Deshaun Jackson, yeah.
Yeah, he's literally, yeah.
He burnt Ramsey.
Deshaun Jackson. He burns people, bro.
That's just what he does. He's just, and you don't even think that he has that speed. That's why it reminds me of Deshaun.
Yeah.
Because, like,
out of nowhere, he's wide open.
Yeah, like, Deshaun, with the strides he has, you're like, how?
Yeah.
And, like, Olave, his strides are, like, almost the opposite. They're really small.
I just got to say, the Rams, though, they fell off hard. Like, real hard.
Super Bowl slump or just bad roster? I can't tell.
I think it's more bad roster, but I don't know. Yeah. And then everyone's playing hurt, too. Stafford's, like, in and out lineup right now.
Yep.
Henderson just got
Robinson, he won me my fantasy game.
Yeah. Henderson just got cut.
Where do you think he's going to end up?
He actually just got claimed today by the Jags.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, so I think that's a good pickup for the Jags.
That is. It's like James Robinson.
1-2 punch again.
Yeah, it's like James Robinson's like up the middle kind of game there.
I like that addition for them, but I was surprised by it. But at the same time, the Rams just wanted to move on, so they did that.
Picked up Cam Akers.
Yeah, Cam Akers.
Never know.
You never know. Might make a splash.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they just got to, I think, reset this offseason and, retool the roster. Make sure they can be competitive again. I don't know what they have to do. They don't have that many draft picks, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, the Bills, the Browns. The Bills are apparently they're playing in Ford Field for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, that's why they did that, I think.
Yeah. So despite Amari Cooper finally showing up on the road, the Bills, they got a pretty solid victory over the Browns. Amari Cooper, he had 8 receptions, 113 yards, and 2 touchdowns. James Cook, he finally did something.
That's
your boy.
My boy. I believed in him, and then I got rid of him, but
11 carries, 86 yards. The Bills, I mean, again, like I said, it was a solid victory, but it was kind of concerning still. Josh Allen, I think he only threw for like 190 yards. That's not Josh Allen.
That's not Josh Allen.
No, I understand like the running game was there. Singletary and Cook had quite a bit of carries and all that, but it just seems like ever since like Josh Allen has thrown all of these interceptions lately, and like they've lost the game to the Jets and all that, either the shoulder is hurting him still, or he's just lost some confidence, or like he's just he's trying to do too much. He's trying to be perfect, and he needs to kind of just let the ball sling again. Just sling it.
Yeah.
Do Josh Allen things. And I think for the Bills, you got to get that back soon because, you want to buy in the playoffs.
Yes. I don't know. Do you want to buy? Because the last few teams I had to buy when it's just, the number 1 seed, they would lose. They would lose these past few years. They wouldn't go all the way.
I think for the Bills, they won it. I think Bills and Chiefs and like Eagles and Cowboys, I think those are the types of teams that I don't know if the bye really would affect them too much.
Yeah.
I think it's more the teams that are like, they're playing hot. Like their roster can't carry them to a win, but they're like playing hot. So like the Jets. Yeah. Like the offense is fine. Defense is championship caliber, like I said. But if they want, like, you don't want to buy if you're the Jets. You just want to play hot going into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be hot, then be like, oh, by the way, you're not playing for a week.
Yeah, you want
to try to reignite the flame. So
yeah,
I think the Bills are a team where, I think that they would want.
Yeah, I guess they would need it because I feel like a week to heal for Josh Allen would be good because he's been struggling the last few weeks after he got that like elbow injury.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think a reason why the Bills aren't as good offensively is they're missing Brian Dable. That guy. He puts Daniel Jones in situations where he doesn't turn the ball over. But, this week Daniel Jones turned the ball over.
We'll get to that. I'll let you
We'll get to that.
Rant.
But I believe, Brian Dable effect is, taking place here in Buffalo. They're missing him right now.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, Brian Dable is a amazing coach.
Yeah.
And the Bills, they have the roster. It's kind of like they had the roster and they had the coach, which is why they were so good.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, okay, the coach is kind of there, like the offensive coordinator is kind of there, but you still have the roster. But now it's like they're leaning more on the roster being good than like just good play calls.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely an issue that they need to get fixed up there. And Gabe Davis, they got to get him more involved. I never thought that he was like a wide receiver 2, in my opinion. That's why I think that they need Odell.
They absolutely do need Odell. I think he would be a great fit there, but we don't know if he's going there. It's right now betwing the Cowboys and Giants, which I don't believe.
I don't believe one bit.
Yeah,
I think there's plenty of teams that could call in and he'd be like, oh.
Yeah, I think the Bills are in there, the Chiefs, the Niners. They have to be at least talking to them.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say this now: if you're an Eagles fan and you're watching tomorrow's Thanksgiving game between the Cowboys Giants. Go Giants.
Go Giants.
I want Odell on the Giants. Do not send him to the Cowboys.
Yeah, because if he comes to the Giants, he'll tear his ACL again because MetLife Stadium sucks, but, it's okay.
But if he goes to the Cowboys, oh, God.
Oh, God. Yeah, then you got to watch
It's just more to worry about. It's like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
Let's move on, though. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, man, they struggled to get a 13-3 win over the Panthers. Now, I know the Panthers defense has played pretty good defense as of late, right?
Yeah.
But the Ravens, I put this on there. I don't know how realistic it is. It might not even be anything that Odell would be even interested in. But if you're the Ravens and you have any cap space that you have that is kind of just toss it around between different players and whatnot, give it all to him. Give it all to Odell.
Yeah, Ravens need a wide receiver, and that would be another perfect fit, I believe, for Odell. Like, he would be the number one guy, and you get to play with Lamar Jackson. I think that would be a great opportunity for him.
Yeah, especially and like Bateman, obviously, again, he's been out here. He's out for the season now.
Yeah, exactly.
A few weeks ago,
they replace that void right now.
Yeah, so like Lamar, if you want to be a number one receiver,
yeah, that's your guy.
Yeah, you can go there, and if you play well, you're going to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, next one, Lions. They win their third in a row. Or in a row. I said in the row. With a 31-18 victory over the Giants. Wan'Dale Robinson, he looked good. 9 catches, 100 yards. You guys finally utilized.
He looked good, all right, until he got hurt.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Kenny Golladay, 2 targets, 2 catches, 29 yards.
Insane. Dude, the whole crowd was cheering when he caught the first.
I know. I mean, at this point, you kind of have no choice but to play.
He's literally a meme, bro.
You're going to end up playing him now with Wan'Dale.
Oh, we have to.
You have no choice.
We have no choice.
So, yeah, I have Saquon shut down.
Oh, dude, it was an awful day.
Like, he was not even explosive. And Wink Martindale, dude, had no answers for the Lions, like, 3-headed monster of Swift, Williams, and Jackson.
That's because he had no players. Dude, so many players got hurt that game.
Daniel Jones, he looked solid. But
yeah, he was making good throws, but then Hutchinson.
Yeah, like I watched it. I put it on the side, and I was like, okay, Daniel Jones. And then in Hutchinson.
Yeah, I think that was a momentum shifter. That one,
definitely.
The second one didn't really matter at that point.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put that on there.
Yeah, but it was awful.
Go ahead, go on your little rant. Go ahead.
Okay, I think we lost 6 starters at least in this game due to injury. We lost. Who did we lose? Jason Pinnock, which is our safety right now because Xavier McKinney's hurt. We lost, I think, our center, John Feliciano. We lost Wan'Dale Robinson. Nick Gates took over at center. He didn't look great. Shane Lemieux's first game back, he was awful, and he also got hurt. There's just so many injuries on the Giants side of the ball. You can't just compete when you have, backups playing in that game, and they just pretty much sucked it up and lost that game after everyone got hurt. It was just awful to watch. I haven't seen this many players get hurt since the day Odell broke his ankle. Sterling Shepard got hurt. Brandon Marshall got hurt. It was just a repeat of that game. It was against the Chargers. I think back in 2018 or 2019, whatever it was. But yeah, it was just awful. Yeah, you stack the box on Saquon. They're not gonna win. They're not gonna win, and we have no receivers to for defenses to double team or worry about. Darius Slayton, he was decent, but he didn't do anything special. Wan'Dale was that guy. He was in motion, making plays. I liked what I saw from him, but we won't see any more from him because the season's now over. Yeah, MetLife Stadium. Could we get grass, please? I know we're getting artificial turf. We're replacing the turf with not slit turf, but we just got to replace the turf with grass. I think it will be a great investment, and not that many players will get hurt. So that's my little ramble on that game. Any thoughts about that game? Because that was just awful to watch.
No, I mean, I don't really have thoughts about it. I mean, it's a rough game. It's a hard one to lose if you're the Giants because that's just not a game you can lose. But it happens. It happens. Good teams, they lose to bad teams. It happens any given Sunday. You know the quote.
Yeah, I didn't count the Lions out. I said I could see them winning this game, but I thought, the Giants, they've been looking good every game. They find ways to win. But yeah, I mean, I said
I thought the Lions were going to win this game.
Yeah. I think it was an overall good game, though, from the Lions. Not from the Giants, though, but I liked what I saw from the Lions. Dan Campbell, he's coaching his ass off right now, won the last 3 games. Jared Goff, he actually looked well. I think he made some good passes. But, we didn't have that many corners. Oh, yeah, Adoree Jackson got hurt, too. That didn't help.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one. He's out for, I believe, a month or so. Crazy. Yeah. But kudos to the Lions. I think, there's a chance they could actually make the playoffs if they keep winning it out. because NFC's not that strong. So they're
Yeah.
looking good now.
Let's just talk about this Broncos game because it was kind of embarrassing for them. They collapsed yet again. Tell me if you've heard that once. Twice or three times or four.
Broncos country, let's ride in fourth place, baby. I'm telling you.
Broncos country, let's cry.
Dude, that was a great play, though. Wide open, Devontae Adams in overtime. Ooh, that was beautiful.
Patrick Surtain, you're not him.
You're not. He's young.
According to Devontae, I think you're him, but
he's very, very good.
Yeah, they let the Raiders walk it off literally in overtime. Devontae Adams, 7 receptions, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns. I did put in parentheses there that Patrick Surtain got cooked.
He did get cooked.
And then Josh Jacobs, 24 carries, 109 yards. He continues to be a really good workhorse for them. So I kind of want to talk about Josh McDaniels again because I feel like that's just kind of a segment on here.
Yeah, we just love talking about the greatest in NFL.
Yeah, so McDaniels, if you hear this, you had a good coached game. You did your job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. You didn't score enough points with the offense you have. But listen, I'll let it slide.
Yeah, you won the game, though.
You won the game, all right? Guess what? It's really this simple. If you want your job, because the players seem to like you, keep coaching like this, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, just keep making, big plays. Give it to Devontae.
Yeah, lean on Devontae and Josh Jacobs. Don't listen.
That's why you traded for him.
I get Matt Collins is a superstar. I get it. I'm an Eagles fan. I know it.
He's a superstar. But,
you can't have games where you just don't include Devontae Adams.
Exactly.
Lean on your good players. And Derek Carr, he's a good quarterback. You made him look bad. That's crazy. So, if you coach more games like this, you won't lose your job.
Exactly. Just be a better coach. Just be a better coach.
Yeah. They swept the Broncos. The Broncos' defense is good, which is why I say that it's okay that they won the game. Only what? I think it was 22-something.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. The biggest takeaway of the game was that Melvin Gordon had a red zone fumble, and guess what they did? They caught him.
They were tired of his crap.
Yeah, the Melvin Gordon special, a fumble in the red zone.
Yes. It's all right. They're going to have Javonte back next year. You got Chase Edmonds. I know he's hurt, but he'll be back. You got Latavius Murray. He's looking decent. He's not bad. But yeah.
The Cowboys, they demolished the Vikings 40-3. Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is officially Trayvon Diggs' son.
Yeah. So this is what?
Two times now that Jefferson has got locked up by Trayvon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like Alabama
destroys LSU. On Jefferson, he just doesn't do well. So that's why I don't think he's the best receiver in football right now.
Jefferson, you got to stop getting locked up by Trayvon Diggs. You're not making your case.
He's still very, very good at receiving.
No, he is. He's top 5 without a doubt. Probably top 3.
Yeah, but you just got to be able to perform against really good corners. And I haven't seen that yet from him. I know it's still early in his career, but he needs to find a way to be that guy.
Yep, Jefferson, he struggled twice now against good cornerbacks. Trayvon Diggs, Darius Slay.
Yep.
Both times, he was put in Alcatraz. So, this is a hard one. Tony Pollard.
Dude,
I'm scared of him.
I think Zeke, they need to move off of him.
Yeah, I mean, you probably see it right there. I wrote that. I said, Tony Pollard, he's going to get paid. And I doubt that Zeke, I was going to say Zeke, and then I was like, Zeke, and I was like, I can't go back.
Ezekiel Elliott, baby.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be in a Cowboys jersey next year.
I think he will be. I think he'll take a pay cut to play in Dallas still. I think he'll still.
That is possible. I think
Tony Pollard will be that number 1 guy at the start of next year, and then Zeke will still be on that team because he loves the Cowboys and wants to still play for that franchise. So I think he'll still be there, but he won't be that number 1 guy anymore.
The Steelers, I think that their turnaround is going to be faster than expected.
Mm-hmm.
Because once the Steelers get an offensive coordinator, an actual one, and they draft some offensive linemen, I think the Steelers will be right back into playoff contention.
Yeah. I feel like
Kenny Pickett, he finally had a good game because he got time in the pocket. Isn't that crazy how that works?
they have a good organization where they never have losing seasons. This might be Mike Tomlin's first one, right? So I feel like being in that culture, they'll be back on track next year. Mike Tomlin's still a very good football coach. They just don't have the roster yet. Give them like a year or two, and I think they'll be like really good. Yeah, like you said, I don't like Matt Canada. I think he's trash. Doesn't know how to run the offense. Najee Harris needs to be more involved. As you saw, he was really good this week.
Yep.
TJ Watt is him. He's very amazing. Did you see that pick? It was like the same pick from week 1, but I think this one against Joe Burrow was better.
Yeah.
it was kind of like the Aiden Hutchinson pick, but he didn't drop back. He was just on the D line and just picked it off. But it was a great play by TJ Watt. I think he's the best pass rusher in the league right now. I don't care what anyone says.
He's probably the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah. It's either him or Micah, I think. But Micah's still young.
More from Micah. Micah, he's not putting up the stats this year. I know he's making the impact, but
I still think he has 10 sacks.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'll look it up right now. But you keep talking.
I'm looking it up too. He got 10. Okay, that's fine. It's still not top 5.
Yeah, he is. I'm pretty sure
he's not.
He's top 3. It's like him, Judon, and someone else.
There's no way.
Yes, there is a way. He's still a top 3, I think, pass rusher right now. But TJ Watt, I would still put at number 1.
All right, okay. Maybe I spread some false information.
That's why I'm here to correct it. It's okay.
All right, because I corrected you too.
Yeah.
All right. Chargers, Chiefs. Chargers fans, Staley, all of you guys. If you guys play like you do against the Chiefs every week, you'd probably be 9-1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, it's the Chiefs, so they beat you. Mahomes, 20 of 34, 329 yards, 3 touchdowns. Herbert, 23 of 30, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a fluke interception at the end of the game. Travis Kelce, 6 receptions, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns.
He's him.
Isaiah Pacheco, 15 carries, 170 yards. Oh, God, the Chiefs might actually have a running back. And then Joshua Palmer, who I said I think will break out this season, is continuing to. 8 receptions, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. The NFL deserves this matchup for the playoffs.
It is possible, right?
It is.
It is.
Chargers got to keep going.
What's the Chargers ranking right now in the AFC playoff picture?
Oh God.
They're probably like either 5, 6.
One moment.
5, 6.
Hold on. Right now the Chargers are not even in the playoffs. They're on the bubble.
Well, they're probably like
because they are 5-5.
They need to be better.
Yeah.
Brandon Staley's not him. I'm telling you.
I didn't realize they were 5-5. I thought they were like 1 game over 500 still. But okay.
I saw a report today that Sean Payton would be interested in the Chargers job.
Chargers.
He needs to go there immediately. I think they will be a great team.
Justin Herbert will become a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer? I want to get that too for you. Okay. I think they will be in the playoffs next year, and year after that, and year after that. Sean Payton's head coach.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to just put this in the beginning of the video as well, but I'm going to say it now. This podcast is probably going to be like an hour. But listen, this was an amazing week of football. That's why it's taken so long.
Yeah, it was.
There's so much to talk about. Like, every game had something.
Yes.
49ers. They're scary. That's it. I'm scared.
Are you scared?
Christian McCaffrey makes this 49ers offense even better than it already was. Without CMC, they were averaging 20 points per game, 340 yards per game, and a 41% third down conversion rate.
It just makes the offense amazing.
Yeah. With CMC, they're averaging 28 points per game, 396 points or yards per game, and they convert on third down 55% of the time.
Yeah.
That's scary.
He knows what he's doing.
And this is without George Kittle being George Kittle and Deebo Samuel being Deebo Samuel.
Exactly. We got a little glimpse of what, they are as a complete team this past Monday. Jimmy Garoppolo, I think he had 4 touchdowns. I think that was his first 4 touchdown game since 2019 I saw.
Yeah, maybe it was since his first year with the Niners.
Yeah.
when
Jimmy
he came in
Garoppolo,
the Jags, I think, or something.
Yeah, I think they're a very scary team and a team you need to look out for in the playoffs.
Scared.
Yeah, I really like Kittle. When you finally utilize Kittle, you see it could be a top 3 tight end in this league.
I think Travis Kelce said it best on his podcast with Kittle. He said, "Kittle, you need to stop blocking so well so they don't use you for that." he is like one of the best blockers in the league, and he is a tight end.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He could probably go to right tackle and be successful. So, whatever, dude. All right. Injury updates. Probably the hardest segment of the show because of how sad it is.
It is very sad. Are all the Giants players on here?
No.
It's just only the rookie wide receiver. That's fine. We'll get into that later. But
yeah.
We'll start from the top.
Falcons star tight end Kyle Pitts. He's done for the season with the torn MCL. Bears star quarterback Justin Fields. He's considered day-to-day with the shoulder dislocation that he suffered this past Sunday against the Falcons. Coach Matt Eberflus, I think that's how you say it. He mentioned that Fields, he is day-to-day, but he could also be shut down for the season.
How does that make any sense?
I don't know, and that's probably why we're scared about Justin Fields being a Chicago Bear.
Yeah, I told you. His way of playing is not sustainable. You can't rely on that every game.
And their medical staff, crazy. All right. Bengals star running back Joe Mixon. He's in concussion protocol after the hit that he suffered in the past game with the Steelers. And then you know what, Bengals fans, I'm gonna give you some good news here.
Yeah, here's some hope.
Superstar wide receiver Jamar Chase could possibly return this week against the Titans, depending on how he feels at practice. Today, Joe Burrow said that they expect Jamar to be there. So, yeah.
I hope he's back. He's very, very good when he's playing, and I like to watch him play the game of football. So, hoping he could be that guy again after injury.
Yep. Lions rookie wide receiver Jameson Williams, he's been cleared to practice after his long recovery from a torn ACL, and that's going to open up his 21-day return window. Texans rookie.
To watch him play.
Yeah. Texans rookie cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. is dealing with a mild hamstring injury. Hopefully he will be back this weekend.
Nope.
Chargers star wide receiver Mike Williams re-aggravated his ankle sprain this past Sunday against the Chiefs. Mike Williams and the Chargers, they can't catch a break.
Unfortunate.
Dolphins cornerback Byron Jones is still dealing with the injury that has kept him from playing this season. He will stay on the pup list. I don't believe he has.
That is, and they're still good.
Yes, and so he will be on the pup list for the time being. Giants rookie wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson for an ACL. He is done for the year after his first breakout game.
I told you he was going to break out in that game. I told you. I had a feeling. And then he literally tore his ACL. He broke out, man.
Yeah, and then let's end with a positive here for the Commanders, but a negative for everybody else in the NFC.
Yes.
Commanders star defensive end Chase Young is going to make his season debut this Sunday against the Falcons after recovering from his torn ACL. The Eagles have played the Commanders twice. We are good.
Giants still have to play them twice. We are screwed.
It's okay. Andrew Thomas got it on lock.
Yeah, but what if he lines up on the other side of the...
Then Neil, you're done for.
Yeah, he's still not even... Evan Neal's not even back.
I was going to say, because I remember we covered Neil like a month ago, and it was supposed to be like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah, it's still lingering. So they didn't want to do it on a short week. I understand. They want him to have like a full week of practice. Yeah. So hopefully he'll be back for next game.
All right, buy or sell.
All right, let's go. Number 1. Every team from the AFC and NFC East will make the playoffs. Buy or sell?
Sell.
Sell?
I think the Commanders
will not go to playoffs.
I think the Commanders won't make it.
Really?
Despite how good Heineke has played, I don't see them doing it. If they do, that's absolutely insane. Because just a year ago or 2 years ago, we were the NFC least. Now we're the NFC East.
Yeah. I'm going to say, for me, personally, I think it's a bye. I think all these teams have been very hot as of late. I think, the Eagles will make it. The Cowboys will make it. The Giants will make it just because of how well they started. And then the Commanders, they've won what? The last 4 out of 5 games?
Yeah, I think I'm more worried about the AFC East.
That is true. But I think with the Jets and how Robert Saleh's been, coaching them as of late, I think, sending a message to the locker room and benching Zach Wilson will make Zach Wilson play better, and I think they'll still make the playoffs. And I think,
but this is what I want to hear from you. Okay.
Okay.
In the playoffs, the Chiefs, Dolphins, Titans, Ravens, Bills. You're buying all those being in there, right?
Of course.
All right. Bengals, you bought them to be in there. You said that.
Yes, I think they're a very great team.
Yeah, that means that there's only one spot left.
All right. You know who I'm giving it to? You know who I'm giving it to? Wait. Who is the 2 wildcard teams?
No, the 2 wildcard teams, the 6 and 7 seed?
Yeah.
Or no, well, there's 3 wildcard teams.
5, 6, and 7.
It's the Bills, Patriots, Bengals.
Bills, Patriots, Bengals.
The Jets are on the bubble. They're not in it anymore. They're 6 and 4, but they're not in.
All right. Okay, I might have to sell it now. You convinced me. But, hey, it would be cool if it all happens.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wanted to buy it. But I guess I'm selling it.
All right. I'll let you keep doing these because you made them.
Yeah, I did make them. This is another one that I think might be controversial, but Lamar Jackson will not be on the Ravens next year. Buy or sell?
Sell.
Sell?
I think that they're letting him determine his price this year.
Okay. I agree with you. I'm going to sell it as well. I think Lamar Jackson, you can't let him leave your locker room. I think he's a guy that can be a top 5 quarterback when, everything's connecting for him. And I think him on the Ravens roster, you just can't get rid of him. Like, he's going to be your future for the next, hopefully, 10 years. Mobile quarterbacks, we haven't seen them play for 10-plus years on a team, but I hope he could be that guy. But I'm going to sell that one. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Bill Belichick will retire at the end of the season, buy or sell?
I'm gonna buy it, but not fully. So I think he's going to stop coaching, but I think he'll continue acting as the GM.
Okay, so he'll still play a role in the Patriots
organization, but I don't think that he will be the coach.
Okay, I am going to buy it. I believe Bill Belichick is just done. He's just done with the game of football. He doesn't want to be a part of the Patriots organization, in my opinion. I think he has nothing left to prove, and I think he just wants to be done, have a good life, and just be done with the game of football.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Tom Brady and the Bucs will play in this year's Super Bowl. Sell? You sure?
I think that the Bucs, as good as they are, I actually think that NFC East, the whole entire NFC East, has a chance to beat the Bucs in a game.
Really?
The Commanders have proved it with Heineke.
I don't think the Giants have a chance.
I think you got, Odell. If you go to the Giants, yes.
I don't think Odell's coming to Giants.
I would say then probably the Giants are the weakest one, but I think that there's quite a bit of teams that could beat the Bucs this year. But again, any given Sunday, that's why it's I'm going to sell it as well.
All right. I'm going to sell it as well. I just wanted to get controversial topic in here. I think, Tom Brady Bucs, I think they'll make the playoffs, obviously. Mm-hmm. They're a good enough team to win a division, I hope. We've seen them, win the last 2 games. Tom Brady is undefeated since being divorced, and they're coming off a bye, so maybe they start winning some more games and, be the talk of the town in the NFC, but I'm going to sell it as well. All right, here's another one. Since you love Carson Wentz, will he get another starting opportunity for a different team next year? Buy or sell?
Sell.
Sell? Why? I thought he's so good.
I think he'll be a backup, and I do think that at some point in the season he will get an opportunity to play again.
So
but I don't think he will get no. But I don't think he will go. I don't think that they will go into the year and he will be the starter.
Okay. I should have worded that question better.
You should have.
But yeah, I'm selling it too because I don't believe in Carson Wentz. I hate Carson Wentz. I think he's awful. Ever since his injuries, he hasn't been the same quarterback, and he just.
We gotta hurry up because you can only record on this thing for an hour.
Okay. Well, Carson Wentz will not be a starting quarterback next year. Next up, for my Giants, will Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones return to the Giants? Bye. I buy it as well.
They got to pay Saquon. If they don't pay Saquon, then he's going to the Bills.
I don't know about that. There's plenty of other teams you could go to, but the Bills would be a good option. But yeah, I think Saquon Barkley will be back. I know he has been great the last few weeks. Like his yards per carry have dwindled a little bit, but he's still Saquon Barkley. And teams are realizing that he's the only threat on that offense, so they're stacking the box now and seeing if Daniel Jones can play. And I think Daniel Jones has earned the right to be the starting quarterback next year. And I think they both will return next year. Next up, Jets will move off of Zach Wilson and get another quarterback next season. Sell? I'm going to buy it.
No, I don't think they will. Unless a quarterback becomes available, which I don't know who it would be.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Zach Wilson, this is the turning point in his career. What we saw today was him getting benched, him being told you were not playing good enough. He needs to wake the fuck up. I'm going to blurt that out, bleep that out.
Whoa.
But he's got to wake up. There's no more time. He's done. And I think he's going to deliver.
I'm buying it. If the Jets are already benched,
who would they get?
It doesn't matter. Just any quarterback.
But who?
Who? They could find one in the draft. I know they won't have like a top pick, but you could find a gem in the 3rd, 4th round. You could find a free agent quarterback. Say Jared Goff's available.
When you mean move off of him, you mean like they'll be looking for a new quarterback?
Yes.
Because I thought you meant like they're done with him. Like he's not even a thought anymore.
Like he will be traded or cut.
Oh, yeah. No, sell. Okay.
I'm buying it.
All right.
But let's move on. Cowboys will be one and done in the playoffs. Buy or sell?
Sell.
Sell.
I think we have a really good chance of seeing the Eagles and the Cowboys in the NFC Championship.
Really? That would be a great game, and I would be excited to watch it. I
would hate it, because if we lost, that's bragging rights.
I would say I'm buying this. I think the Cowboys are not a great team. They're a good team. They haven't, to me, I know they killed the Vikings, but I think the Vikings are overrated, and I think the Cowboys are overrated. I don't think they're anything special. If they get Odell, then maybe they won't be a one-and-done team in the playoffs. I feel like they're missing something on offense. Like, you got CeeDee Lamb, but then other than that, Michael Gallup's okay. Has been great off injury. Noah Brown's been okay. But I really like what they have in Tony Pollard. And Dalton Schultz I really like. So they got that. Defensively, you got Dan Quinn, who's been making so many great play calls for them. Micah Parsons has been insane. I think they're a good team, not a great team, and I think they'll be one and done in the playoffs. That's my opinion. Next up, Travis Kelce is the best tight end in NFL history. Buy or sell?
Buy.
Buy?
I think he's gone against the best talent the league has seen, which is why I'm going to buy it, because he's delivered against it.
I'm buying as well because I believe he is on pace to be the greatest tight end in NFL history, and he just keeps proving it each week. And I'm really excited to see if he can continue that success with the Chiefs. And I think being in that offense with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes will give him that opportunity to be that greatest tight end we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Last buy or sell. Will Joe Burrow and the Bengals return to Super Bowl in the next 3 years?
Yes, and I think they'll win it.
I am buying it as well. I believe Joe Burrow is a very special talent.
Do you think they'll win it?
They will win it. I think they will win it. I think they have a good enough team built around him. Then they're still going to build it in the next 3 years. And the fact that they got to it last year shows that Joe Burrow is a very elite quarterback. And I think he will be very special in this league for years to come.
Yeah, I think that they'll go back to it next year.
Yeah, I hope so. It would be good football to watch.
Yep. All right, everybody. Well, that wraps up our 50-ish minute podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know I told you guys that it wouldn't go like this, but it is.
Yeah.
We can't control it. It's hard. But hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to leave a like and subscribe. Put the notifications on. Follow us on all platforms. And we will see you in the next one. Peace out.
BenchWire out.